South Africa is facing an energy crisis in 2022. Eskom was just denied a license to pollute. Now it is worried about keeping the lights on. Eskom says it is now legally obliged to shut down 1/3 of its generating capacity. We are facing Stage 8 load shedding that might start in April 2022. The dreaded Stage 8 doubles the frequency of Stage 4, meaning Eskom will shed 8,000 megawatts, and residents will be in the dark up to 6 times a day, or 12 hours depending on the schedule. During Stage 8 load shedding, consumers would be without power for 48 hours over 4 days, or 96 hours over 8 days. It is safe to say, South Africans will be plunged into chaos if we reach this point. Hospitals and critical infrastructure will struggle to remain functional, while the extended outages will also disrupt the economy to a point that will be hard to recover from. Most citizens will be without electricity for prolonged periods. Looting and crime will escalate and food production will be severely halted. What are the facts? Eskom spokesperson Dikatso Mothi said, "The bigger issue is because we have not maintained our power station units over many years. Another problem is, many power stations have reached the end of life and is too expensive to maintain and will need to be rebuilt to ensure sustainable security of energy supply." In October, Eskom was named the biggest sulfur dioxide polluter on the planet. Under South Africa's rules, Medupi is supposed to only emit 500 mg of sulfur dioxide per cubic meter of gas. Under exemption, they already emit 3,500 mg of sulfur dioxide per cubic meter of gas. That is 7 times higher than the legal limit. And since 2010, Eskom has done nothing to comply. Air scrubbers was supposed to be installed back then. Eskom has until the end of January to deliver a plan for an offset program to reduce SO2 pollution in the ambient or receiving environment. It will cost Eskom 55 billion rand from Medupi and Matimba alone to comply with the rules and 300 billion rand countrywide. This will result in massive tariff price hikes as high as 50%. Herbst said Eskom had proposed a more sustainable approach that would cost 67 billion rand. Instead of using end-of-pipe solutions like desulfurization technology, Eskom should rather be focused on adding new renewable electricity capacity, Herbst said. We agree 100%. This is the only way forward. The only problem is that Eskom should have started years ago to work on a more balanced solution. A private company is allowed to erect a solar plant of 100 megawatts without a license. If there are enough investors looking at this solution, then it will be our saving grace. We can do the installation and facilitate the process. It doesn't matter what happens, we are still going to sit in darkness, with a very big possibility of Stage 8 load shedding. Bloomberg reported that the meltdown at Eskom is a legacy of chronic mismanagement and rampant corruption during Jacob Zuma's tenure, along with a failure to adequately maintain plants and invest in new ones. Eskom CEO Andre de Ruyter indicated that the risk of load shedding for 2022 will be high due to challenges encountered at 2 of its power stations. Eskom will operate with a reduced output of some 2,300 megawatts for the next year. We will have to devise a cost-effective solution to keep our lights on. Welcome to My Power. We are your backup and solar power supplier for home and business. You do not deserve to sit in the dark. It is a fact that our electricity will not only become a commodity, but also unaffordable to the average South African. Let us work together on a cost-effective solution that will suit your pocket. In this presentation we will discuss mobile plug-and-play backup power solutions, mobile plug-and-play backup power with MPPT chargers, backup power for the entire house, starter solar power systems, and how long will a solar system take to pay for itself. Let us look at some plug-and-play backup power units. The Mercer 1200 VIA inverter gives you 720 watts modified sine wave. It is a 12-volt system with LCD display. You get a 100 amp hour deep cycle gel batteries in a container. And you can power office equipment and essentials for 4 hours during load shedding. And we will deliver and install it for 5,800 rand including VAT. The Mercer 2400 VIA inverter gives you 1,440 watts modified sine wave. It is a 24-volt system with LCD display. You get 2 100 amp hour deep cycle gel batteries in a container. And you can power office equipment and essentials for 8 hours during load shedding. And we will deliver and install it for 8,876 Rand including VAT. The Synapse 600 inverter gives you 600 watts pure sine wave. It is a 12-volt system with LCD display. You get a 100 amp hour deep cycle gel batteries in a container. And you can power office equipment and essentials for 4 hours during load shedding. And we will install it for 5,000 Rand including VAT. The Synapse 1000 inverter gives you 1000 watts pure sine wave. It is a 24-volt system with LCD display. You get two 100 amp hour deep cycle gel batteries in a container. And you can power office equipment and essentials for 8 hours during load shedding. And we will install it for 9,000 Rand including VAT. The following mobile plug and play backup power inverters can take solar panels. This power inverter will give you a 1000 watt pure sine wave. It is a 12-volt system with LCD display. One 100 amp hour battery. It can take a 360 watt solar panel. The rated charge current from solar panel is 30 ampere. It can take an external battery. We install them at 7,500 Rand including VAT. This power inverter will give you a 2000 watt pure sine wave. It is a 24-volt system with LCD display. It comes with two 200 amp hour batteries. The AC charge current is 30 ampere. Solar charge current is 60 ampere. It can take 1,600 watt solar panels. It is the ideal large mobile solar system. We install them at 17,940 Rand including VAT. To start with backup power for your entire house will be the ideal way to start building on a solar system that can free you from Eskom over time. We use hybrid inverters wired to the distribution board. On a 5 kilowatt system we will typically exclude an electric stove and geyser from the system depending on your energy profile. During consultation we will guide you to choose the correct inverter and battery bank according to your needs. All the electrical work will be done on such an installation and you will be able to add solar panels over time according to your budget. And you will be ready for load shedding. A certificate of compliance will be included in your installation. A typical 5 kilowatt system will start at 30,000 Rand depending on the configuration. We only use top quality brands. The Dai and SynSync inverters are some of the best inverters available for domestic and industrial use. They are available in single and 3-phase. They come with a 5-year warranty. The Growatt inverters are a well-priced inverter for the quality. They are used in domestic applications. They come with a 2-year warranty. The Mazer inverter is also a good inverter, but are cheaper priced than the Growatt inverters. They are also used in domestic applications. They also come with a 2-year warranty. We use SolarEdge inverters on grid-tied 3-phase applications. For example, solar plants, factories, shopping centers. In this applications no battery banks are used. Energy is fed into the grid to minimize the energy consumption from the grid, or getting paid for surplus energy being fed into the grid. In this applications energy optimizing is done on every solar panel with energy optimizers connected to every panel and the Synergy module connected to the system. We will now discuss domestic solar systems. A 1 kilowatt solar system will start at 13,000 Rand installed. A 1.8 kilowatt solar system will start at 19,000 Rand installed. A 3 kilowatt solar system will start at 30,000 Rand installed. A 5 kilowatt solar system will start at 65,000 Rand installed. A 10 kilowatt solar system will start at 120,000 Rand installed. When considering a solar system or backup power for your house, then you will be faced with a battery choice. Deep cycle silicon gel or lithium ion? But what is the difference? First of all, the technology, the lifetime, depth of discharge, charging capabilities, and then the price. If your purpose is only to have backup power during load shedding, the gel batteries will do the job. If your purpose is a solar system, and to get at the grid eventually, or to hardly ever use Eskom power, then lithium batteries is the wiser choice. The reason for that is the life cycle. Gel will give you approximately 900 cycles of charging and discharging, at 50% depth of discharge. And lithium will give you 6,000 cycles of charging and discharging, at 90% depth of discharge. Another advantage of lithium batteries is how quickly it can be fully charged without damaging the battery, which is 3 times faster than a gel battery. But that will be limited to the inverter's capability. An important question for everyone is, how long will your solar system take to pay for itself, and is it worth the effort? I know we cannot predict the future, but if we work on a pattern of the past, then this graph will be correct. The question is, however, how much will we pay for electricity in the future if Eskom keeps on with a tariff increase of 15% per annum? But we already know that we are going to have a 20% increase by April 2022, which means these figures are already below reality. This graph is based on a household that uses around our 2,000 of electricity per month. We currently pay 2 Rand 69 per unit, or 1,000 watt per hour. On the left-hand side of the table is the Rand value spent per annum. On the right-hand side of the table is the cost per unit. And at the bottom is the year. The blue line indicates the accumulative value spent over time on electricity. You can pause the video and analyze the graph. You will now see that if Eskom applies a 15% increase every year, like in the past, then you will pay 10 Rand 88 per unit. That is insane to say the least. The blue line indicates that a household that spends 2,000 Rand per month on electricity today will spend more than 500,000 Rand on electricity in the next 10 years. And more than 100,000 Rand in the next 3.5 years. If you install a 5 kilowatt solar system with 5,000 watt of panels and 10.24 kilowatt hour lithium batteries, it will cost you around 109,000 Rand, which means that your ROI will be in 3.5 years. And there you have it. It has never been a better time to consider a solar system for your house. If you cannot afford it now, then start with your backup power system and build towards your solar system. Please do not hesitate to contact us. We will whatever we can to help you.